Welcome to Show Pop. I'm Dee, and I break down the dynamics behind your favorite shows. Today, we're talking episode 2 of Oahu Shores. Episode 2 of Oahu Shores raises a bigger question about this friend group. Are these women actually friends? Or are they just surviving each other's drama? A drunken night out leads to public embarrassment, shifting loyalties, and confrontations that reveal deeper tensions beneath the surface. Let's break down the dynamics shaping episode 2. Grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so let's get into this recap for Oahu Shores episode 2. Now, today I'm going to do things a little different because I thought to myself, everybody does scene by scene recaps. That's boring. Let's switch it up. Let's do something different, okay? So I'm going to break it down by character today. All right, let's get into it. First up is Rachel. Now, let me tell you why I have smoke for Rachel. Rachel did not tell her mom that she was no longer in a relationship with Alex. She allowed her mother to find out in the streets, okay? She allowed her mother to find out, I think it was either through a friend, a family friend, or even another family member, that her daughter was no longer in a relationship with Alex, who she actually likes, thought her daughter was going to get married to. She said that she felt her daughter was safe with him, okay? Rachel, it's giving secretive and it's giving sneaky and it's giving, what are you hiding? That's weird that you were in a serious relationship. Your family thought you were going to be marry this man. And you say nothing at all? Your story doesn't add up about why you guys broke up. You say you never cheated on him. He say he caught you with the same guy twice. You say you used to hang out with guys till 4 a.m., but you never cheated, but you're a flirt. But girl, it don't make sense, girl. Stop playing with us, okay? Because none of this makes sense. So y'all, that was a strange thing, but I thought it was funny that her mother, her mother found her vibrator in the drawer when she was looking for a hairbrush, child. That was funny. Did y'all see that in that scene? Hilarious. Okay, let's move on to Miss Raven. Miss Raven, girl, you are not the moral authority of the friendship group. Would you sit down? You did not need to interrogate Mark at Moani's, asking him all those questions, telling you was going to beat him up if he don't treat your little sister right. You are not Moani's sister. You are not her keeper. You are not her father, her mother. Girl, let her live. It was one date. Sit down, relax. Okay? Seriously, it's too much. Then you turn around and criticize Cowie for kissing Mark at her job or at Moani's, if you will. What? Girl, what is it? I feel like it's too much. It's weird to me. First you interrogate him, then you talk about her behind her back, saying that she's nasty for kissing him. I'm paraphrasing y'all. Saying that he's that it was disgusting and that's her job. And girl, what you worried about it for? What you worried about it for? It's not your job. It's not your mouth. Live your life. The girl's young. Let her live. Jeez. And then, Raven, you accused Kama of flirting with Alex. That was an assumption. You assumed Kama was flirting with Alex rather than asking her. Why didn't you just go ask her in that moment? Like, girl, why are you all in Alex's face instead of talking about her behind her back? Did y'all see that? Who was she talking to? I can't remember who she was talking to when she was like, oh, I think she's just being a little too touchy-feely. You know what, Raven? I feel like you use the guise of being a good friend to cover up your need for control. Y'all, Raven acts like the social regulator of the group. Did y'all pick that up? But she's the one causing the drama. She's interrogating Mark. She's criticizing Cowie for living her life. She's accusing Kama of flirting with Alex, which could not only cause comma issues, but create an issue between her and Rachel, who are also friends. Mm. Raven, mind your business, Miss Raven. You don't got to worry about none of that, okay? None of it's your business. You don't need to worry about it. And don't you have anything else better to do? That's what I would say. Okay, let's move on to Miss Kamalani, aka Kama. I'm going to call her Kama for short because that's what they call her in the show. I like Kamalani. Okay, I like her. I really do. I feel like she's one of the most perceptive ones in the friend group. Okay, and I love how direct she is. But Kamalani, you're also confrontational, and that's not a bad thing. But confrontation should never turn physical. Why did you let Rachel get, I mean, not Rachel, why did you let Raven get the best of you like that? Don't let her get the best of you like that, girl. Mm-mm. Don't do that. I know Raven tried to accuse you of flirting with Alex and she's playing with your reputation and she could possibly cause issues in your relationship. And I get it. Where I come from, we throw hands behind stuff too. I get it. But when we're grown, we can't do that. You can't do that. You're going to have to use your words, babe. Okay? You can't let her get the best of you like that. Y'all, I feel like the issue between Kamalani and Raven was one of values. Okay. If you notice in this episode, at that last scene, let me break it down. Raven thinks that friend loyalty should override friendliness with exes. In other words, Raven feels like because Kama is Rachel's friend, girl code, that should override any friendliness with Alex. So, in other words, Raven's like, you don't need to say more than hi and bye to that man. That's it. They are not together no more. Whereas Kamalani feels, okay, I'm thinking how I'm putting myself in their shoes, okay, when I say this, because I don't actually know how these women feel, but I'm just going off the show and my analysis. And I feel that Kamalani may feel like cultural respect requires basic friendliness to everyone. And there's a level of respect you give to everyone. I feel like they both will never be able to see eye to eye because the issue on how to handle Alex as a friend in the group is a matter of different values, and their values are not going to change. Raven feels like girl code, friends above everything. Kamalani puts culture first. I feel like they should just respect each other and move on. You know what I mean? And I hope in this episode they'll be able to move on. I don't want to see them have tension anymore the way that they did. Because did y'all see Kamalani push the fuck out of Raven? It's not funny. That violence is not okay, but she really pushed her hard. That was crazy. All right. Now let's talk about Miss Cowie. Oh, Miss Cowie, I was so hard on you in my first recap, but I see what you're up against now. And you know what? And I see your light. And I got your back, girl. I got your back. Okay. We're going to get on Miss Skye in just a second. But Cowie, one thing I would say to you is don't worry about what people think. You guys, throughout this whole episode, you can see Cowie is so worried about her how she's being perceived, how she's being seen and looked at. She was worried about being embarrassed by Skye and that Mark was gonna, maybe look at her different because the way Skye was treating her. Girl, Cowie, Mark is a man. He ain't worried about it, honey. Okay. But I understand where you're coming from, and what Skye did was wrong. I am not taking up for her, but you can't worry about how people perceive you. You know who you are. Just be yourself. Don't worry about it. Skye made a fool out of herself. She didn't make a fool out of you. She made herself look stupid. And I'm going to get on that in just a second. Okay. I think that Cowie is socially vulnerable around Skye. Okay. Let me give you some examples. When she told Mark not to put her in that situation again because he was talking to Skye. Now, let's look at that little piece of evidence that I just brought to you. All the friends wanted to talk to him at Moani's, and Rachel just got into his behind earlier at Moani's. I just broke it down for you when she was telling him she was going to, I don't know if she said she was going to beat him up or she was going to hurt him or something. Okay. And I saw that Cowie was like kind of rolling her eyes and stuff, but she didn't really press the issue when it was Raven. Did I say Rachel? If I did, I'm sorry. When it was Raven. But she made a big deal out of it. She never said to him, "Don't put me in that position. You're talking to my friends." She said, "Don't put me in that position," when you were talking to her. She was talking specifically about Skye. Are you intimidated by Skye? That would be my question for Cowie. Are you intimidated by her? Do you feel like she's competition? Okay. Because my question is, what is it between you and Skye where you don't want her to talk to a man that you're interested in? She has a boyfriend. I found that was really an interesting thing there, that she only seemed to have a problem when Mark was talking to Skye and not to Rachel or any of the other friends, because everybody was interacting with everybody at Moani's. It was a social thing. They were out drinking. So I found that very strange. But if I were to tell Cowie one thing, I would tell her, don't worry about how other people perceive you. How Skye, Raven, girl, that's their problem, not yours. And true friends will never make you feel less than for being yourself. Okay. Now, let's get on Miss Skye. Miss Skye, Miss Skye, Miss Skye. I have a bone to pick with you. I saved you for last because you were the one cutting up the most in this episode. And I have the most smoke for you. Okay. Skye, I think you don't respect boundaries. You were wrong for what you did to Cowie, embarrassing her in front of that man like that, in front of Mark. Telling her to go away, and then gonna tell her to suck his dingaling. What the hell is wrong with you? What kind of friend disrespects her friend like that in front of a man she's just getting to know romantically? Who the hell does that? Skye, in this episode, you were volatile, you were emotionally reactive, you were domineering, you were deflective, and you were verbally aggressive. I didn't like it. I didn't like you showing up as a friend like that. And then you never took accountability for your actions, not once with Cowie, not once, only with Kama, because you know what? I'm going to save that. Not once did you apologize to Cowie for how she behaved. You gave a general apology at the table, like, I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry. Girl, you know what you did. You guys, I think that Skye insisting Cowie apologize to her in private was a psychological play. She embarrassed the hell out of Cowie in public, in front of Mark, in front of the friend group, and in front of any strangers who overheard. And y'all know what I'm talking about, because you know how it is when you are at the club and you see you're next to you're in a VIP or you're on the dance floor and you see some friends arguing. Before you know it, they swinging. And you looking at them like, didn't they all come together? Aren't they friends? That's weird. It's the same thing here. So she embarrassed Cowie in front of everybody in public. But she wanted her to give her the respect. She wanted Cowie to give her the respect, Miss Skye, of coming to address the issue that Cowie had with her in private. I believe that Miss Skye doesn't mind embarrassing others publicly, but when she is criticized publicly, it threatens her dominant position of the group. I think she thinks she runs the group. Look at all the examples. I look at the episode. Look what how she was trying to run them the entire time. Look how Alex said when Skye drink, it becomes the Skye show. It's very clear by her behavior. And then she cries to manipulate them. Anyway, child, okay, to manipulate the friend group. That's what it seemed like to me. That's just my thoughts and my opinion, okay? I feel like Miss Sky is going to be one to watch because she likes bossing the others around. And the only one that she respects out of the women is Kama, because Kama is direct and confrontational as well. And she knows she better not play with her. We saw what Kama did to Rachel. I mean, not Rachel, Raven, child, them two R's, they gonna mess me up. To Raven. Sky don't want that smoke with Kama. She know better. Mm. However, Sky, I did enjoy the tender moment you had with your boyfriend, but that was the only time I enjoyed seeing you on my screen this episode. Other than that, I feel like you were the worst one in this episode, and at this time, you're my least favorite. You are. I hope you grow up and learn how to apologize and to know when you're wrong and to take accountability, because you did none of that this episode and you were really mean to Cowie. And I don't think it was fair. I don't think it was right how you did her. Mm, shame. I feel like Keolu said it best in this episode. Every time he goes out with the women, there's a fight. That's not normal to me. This friendship group appears to bond over drama and conflict cycles rather than similar interests, mutual goals, emotional support, or shared hobbies. At least that's what it looks like to me so far from watching episode 2. So let's see if anything changes in episode 3. Okay? And that's all I have for episode 2 of Oahu Shores. Tell me, did you enjoy my new format? Let me know in the comments. There are some deep psychological and behavioral patterns going on in this episode. So I'm going to be writing articles using this episode as a case study. So if you are interested or you enjoy written content, show analysis, and psychological and behavioral breakdowns, check out my Medium and my Tumblr. The links are in the description. Okay? As always, enjoy the outro music, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.